Processing the car, the cops got another break. Sandy's wallet was located lying in the parking lot of a hardware store. Oddly enough, it was miles from her car. They were puzzled.
We're asking ourselves, how does this come together? What does this mean?
And what does it tell you when you find a car and a wallet and no Sandy?
Well, Sandy clearly had been taken away from her vehicle in some manner, and at that point we were very focused on why was this vehicle located here? Why was her wallet found across town?
To detectives, it all added up to foul play.
It was a very strange and compelling case. A mother of two small children essentially just dropped off the radar screen.
Was it baffling to the whole police department what happened to Sandy?
Yeah, her disappearance became a priority with the sheriff's office right away.
Sandy's friends and family put up flyers and joined search parties in the greater Seattle area. But there was one notable exception. Were you participating in the search?
Not too much.
Why not?
I just couldn't do that. I just pretty much stayed around the house with the kids and family.
Did anyone question that? Why isn't he out looking for her?
Never questioned me. Maybe amongst themselves, I don't know.
But detectives were already taking a good long look at Sandy Johnson's husband, digging for details about the state of the couple's marriage.
The first thing you're doing is looking at those people that are closest to the person that is missing. You have to. So it made perfect sense to focus on the husband early on.
It always seems like the spouse.
In this particular case, we really didn't know the dynamics of what had happened in their marriage. I mean, it's up to us to find out what are the details.
Detectives learned that Sandy met Greg at a hockey game in 1990. She pursued him, and he fell fast.
She had a lot of energy, a lot of spunk.
You seem like you might be a little more low-key.
I am.
Was she a good compliment to you, a good fit?
I think so, yeah.
In late 1990, Sandy got pregnant and the couple married. Sean was born in 1991. Daughter Katie followed. For the next few years, the couple's life was hectic but happy. But in early 1996, 4 months before Sandy disappeared, the marriage hit a rough patch. Greg moved out of the house. Friends told the police there were money pressures, among other things. What went wrong with the relationship?
I think she said she couldn't talk to me or communicate with me, and we'd seen a marriage counselor, and we were working on some stuff, and I think it was getting better.
You wanted to get back together.
Yeah, I wasn't against that at all.
But law enforcement developed a very different portrait of the marriage and the chances for reconciliation. Kristen Richardson and Carla Karlstrom prosecuted the case for King County.
They were talking about divorce. They had gotten to the point, and it was sort of assumed that they would be divorced. So that was pretty recent before this had happened, within the month before that decision had been made.
And then investigators discovered something else that troubled them.
Law enforcement learned that they had argued only the day before she'd gone missing. There had been sort of a big argument witnessed by other people at her place of work. So that, too, focused some attention on her estranged husband.
The argument was over money, which was a frequent point of dispute for them. She had trouble, he had trouble sort of meeting their bills.
Investigators' questions were mounting. They had a couple with money problems, a troubled marriage, a husband who didn't search for his wife and fought with her the day before she disappeared. It was time to sit down with Greg Johnson. How did they treat you in that first encounter, the police?
Yeah, they were like, you did it, accusing me of, killing my wife. Told my sister that, Greg did it.
The usual suspect was starting to look like the right guy.
Coming up, Greg and Sandy's marriage. Turns out it was more trouble than most people knew.
She called me one time and just said, it's getting really bad. It's to a point and I'm just afraid.
And then a new development rocks the case.
Must have been a big red flag for police.
Yes, I